Guys, you got some more from Zor. This is Keizo here from Cape Town. I was asked by a customer to make him some frame staples for his 30mm REA. So yeah, what I decided to do is to see if I can use the Daedalus to actually create a 226 borders with 8 ribbons on the inside, and see if that you can actually still make using the Daedalus. So I would also want to use this opportunity to try and go through all the steps where people might have a problem building with their Daedalus. First thing is the swivel. This is the swivel which I actually purchased. Right, it's a very decent ball bearing swivel. The swivels that actually came with the Daedalus kit was not the best swivels. They functioned okay, but I mean, I also had a problem with my claptoning, can actually bunching up though. So I actually went for these swivels from the beginning, and that I got at a local fish and tackle shop, but I'm sure you can order decent ball bearing swivels somewhere. The second thing which I might mention is your problem cannot lie with this guy. Okay, this guy has, the only thing which you do with this is just attach your wire to it and then apply tension. Okay, just apply tension by pulling it back. That's the role which this guy is going to play. So everything which you might have a problem with is in your jig, is in this little guy, right? And everything surrounding this. Cool. So the first thing I would mention concerning this is the surface which it's going to move on. Now you might have a problem with the surface, but I don't know, because I mean, I've got a unvarnished, well, a partially varnished wooden surface. It's an old desk table which I'm actually using, and it's not the smoothest of surfaces, but mine still goes over that. All right. Now I did mention in the live feed which I had Sunday evening to some of the people that asked me, there are guys which actually connected little wheels which they just took off one of their sons or somebody's little toy car and just glued on the wheels for smoother flows. You can try that as well. The tension on your spool might be too much, so yeah, just loosen that. But that's why I say, if you start claptoning, go slowly so that you can actually see that you do not waste too much wire. You will quickly see whether this jig is maintaining a rhythm and then moving backwards. Your guide must be able to move freely to and fro, else you're going to have a problem. You understand? Else means that your wire running through this guy, through your straw at the back, it's some kind of problem which it has. It gets stuck somewhere, and that can also cause your claptoning wire to actually bunch up. Okay, so the first thing which you notice here is the varnish on my surface. You can see this, there's spots where it's actually gone, which causes a still smooth but an uneven smooth surface. But as I said, mine still moves over that. Next thing is just watch your tension on that. Your next problem could be is that this guy does not move freely. It has to be able to move freely, your guide. As in here, mine are 26 borders and I've got 8 ribbons on the inside. If you have a look over there, you will see it. Alright, and it still actually goes comfortably in the 26 gauge guide. As you can see, it absolutely moves freely over there, and that you need that to move freely. You have already see I've got my 38 gauge which is running through the little bottom hole, which I'm just going to attach to that front end over there, and then I'm going to insert it in front of my drill. Okay, then I'm just going to clap in a small portion of it so that I can keep the wires together, and then I'm going to remove it and just reinsert it more towards the center of the chuck. You can build a larger frame staple with this guy. Right, so there you can nicely see what I've done. So I've got my 38 gauge running through the bottom hole all the way down, and I've actually attached it to the front portion of my wire which I want to clapton. I'm going to push my guide inside. Now I just want to quickly show you as well, I've also got behind my guide, I have placed another tie down. Alright, and that tie down is also just going to help to keep these wires together as they are being claptoned, and it also moves freely, as you can see over there. Right, so that little guy also moves freely. As soon as this guide gets pushed back by the wire, this guy should not be a problem, and it's also going to move, keeping all these wires nicely together. See, there you can see I started and I don't have any problems. I can slow it down for you so you can actually see. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this now so that I can insert this guy in the middle. Alright, and now we can continue. Just slowing it down so you can actually see. As I said, I've got no idea, guys, why yours is giving you any problems. Mine's working fine. Okay, while it's turning in front over here, I just want to show you what is going on at the back over here. Alright, so you can actually see my wires running. And I mean, there's nothing that's keeping them in place. Everything that's keeping these wires in place over here is what is in front. That guide and that little wire tie down which I've got. And if you have a look right at the back over there, okay, there you can actually see I've used a 26 gauge wire to create a loop over here, and then I've actually just run all my wires through that loop at the back over there, so that that loop area, as I said previously, can run through the straw, and I can maximize the amount of wire which I actually use. Okay, in case you were wondering whether you can leave this guy so that it runs on its own, you can. As both my hands are free over there and it's running at the moment. And I can catch a nice little vape. Okay, at the back of here I'm just guiding the wire so that it actually goes into my straw. Right, that's it. That's what we're gonna get. You can see it's a very long piece which I've actually managed to make, and I did not have clumping up of, well, I did not have a single clumping up of the wires. Alright, where it bunches up. One continuous smooth, and this is the Daedalus Pro version, guys, the version 2. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. One nice long piece. Good to make 3 or 4 nice coils. 3 very nice pieces. Okay, so what did I do differently? I'm not sure. I don't know. I've got no idea what I did. I mean, it's the same thing which you use over here. The only thing which I can think is the swivel. It also could be that your tie downs which you use might be too tight. Alright, as you said, mine, I made sure that my tie downs actually move freely. It could be that your guide physically is not cut through perfectly, that there might be a little unevenness in there, but that you should feel by sliding it around and finding out whether you've got one like me which does not give any problems, which is nice and wide and smooth throughout the core of that specific guide. Otherwise, your tension, you have got some tension which you can play with on your spool, so I doubt if it's that. You will immediately know when you tie it down too tight, because the wire will snap. Alright, and you will definitely notice when it is too loose in any case though. So yeah, but too loose will definitely bunch up for sure. This is the swivel which actually comes with the Daedalus kit, and this is the one which I actually bought from the Fish and Tackle. You can see that this guy's got an extra area in which you can swivel on the inside, whereby this guy's one solid piece. And hence I think this guy is the reason why this guy works much better. Got my wires together, I prepped my wires beforehand. I didn't want to go through all that again because I've done it in my previous videos. So all you basically saw is how I attached my 38 gauge and attached it to the front of my drill chuck, and boom, there I went. Sweet potato. So yeah, work on it, guys. Find out what the problem is, because it's absolutely worth the while when you manage to make your own coils, your own complex coils like this one. It is a great feeling. So yeah, hopefully this helped you, and good luck with making those coils. This is Kaiser signing over and out. Cheers.